welcome to Heidi's Homestead. Today we are going to do the mid-July tour. It is July 17th and we have a pumpkin there. Well, soon to be a pumpkin, hopefully. That's a female flower, but I don't see any male flowers, so I don't know if it's going to get fertilized or not. These are my sunflowers. Here I have not planted anything. I don't know if I will. I think I'm just going to close this bed down. We are going to amend it. The soils on these beds are not the best, but we will fix that. We will amend them at the end of the season. And we're going to put green sand, and we are going to put alfalfa pellets, and we are going to buy some leaf compost. And we are going to get these soil beds very fluffy. As you can see, they're very compacted right now, but we will fix that. Here I think that's a white zucchini. I'm not sure, but I have a huge one that I got to harvest. I will do a harvest video on Sunday. Today is Friday. I have to work today and tomorrow, or I might do one tomorrow. I'm out at 12 p.m. tomorrow. I only work 4 hours. But anywho, this is another pumpkin which is growing up there. This is another pumpkin, so it's growing. And yeah, so this is this part of the garden. I think next season I'm just gonna have flowers in these beds and maybe a few tomatoes up here. Right, this is the side of my this is the front of my house, the garden in front of my house. I love the amount of flowers that I planted here. I just didn't like how I planted things last year. I loved what I did in this area. I planted pumpkins, I had tomatoes, I had peppers, and this year I had potatoes, which I'm not gonna do next year. Next year we're gonna have potatoes in the main garden. I think the tomatoes and the pumpkins and the flowers are prettier. Oh, and I had peas versus the potatoes. So these are my black-eyed Susans. My snapdragons are almost done for the year. It's getting too hot for them. Here I have a patty pan squash, 2 pepper plants. This is just a combination of flowers. I got what are these called? Chamomile. Next year I'm gonna have just a whole bed of chamomile because I love chamomile. These are calendula. I have here a what are these? Dahlias. I had some more dahlias there. I love dahlias. I'm gonna have way more dahlias next year. And I did have a pumpkin growing here, but it just got overcrowded, so I don't think it's gonna do anything. Here I don't have anything yet. This is probably nothing is gonna be growing here this year, but next year for sure. Snapdragons by pumpkin. There's a pumpkin here, volunteer pumpkin. I did not grow that here, but it has a little pumpkin, then it has male flowers, so hopefully they got pollinated. All right, so here I have weeds with my blueberries. You know what? I'm just gonna get rid of these blueberries. I don't have good luck with blueberries. These are snapdragons that are done. I gotta weed all this out. It kind of got out of control. Look at my zinnias. Beautiful. Here, these were Black Magic bachelor's buttons. Pumpkins. Well, pumpkin, I don't know if it's going to do anything, to be honest. This is a baby boo. The soil here is not the best, so that's why plants are struggling here. Here I have a tomato, sunflowers, and kale. And I got this area is just nothing here. I didn't plant anything. I think I'm gonna plant some peas here soon at the end of July. I gotta clean this area up. I got a pumpkin there. It's not going to do anything, I don't think. And we're going to amend these beds very well. And these are just doing beautiful. These are probably one of my favorite flowers. And I think I'm going to plant a lot more next season. This is like my grow bag garden. This weekend we're gonna clean all this up. Patty pan squash, I think it's yellow. This, I don't know, I think it's a lemon squash zucchini that has been just thriving and loving life. And I have a big zucchini there and some more coming in. And this plant has given me like 6 huge plants, probably 8. So this is thriving and I'm loving it. Let's see. These are purple cayennes. I don't know why I planted so many cayennes, but I did. Next year we're just probably gonna have 2 plants. Those are serranos, I think. They could be jalapenos, but they look like serranos to me. Here I have, I think this is a bell pepper. Looks like a bell pepper. All right, and this is my container garden. Potatoes were already harvested. You guys already looked at that video. And let's go to the other part. Are gonna enter the main garden. Here I have some, not calendula, kale. Excuse me. I'm sorry, I'm drinking a Coke. It's so hot out. Here I have Thunderbolt sweet peppers. I got these from, I think, Burpees. And they are beautiful. And we are going to harvest these. You could, these turn red if you let them ripen. But I think I'm just going to harvest them like that. Here I planted green beans. I harvested my onions. And you guys will see that video. It's nothing exciting. It's actually one of my fails in the garden. But in here, I have, all this has been planted with, well, not all. Green beans, some green beans here, and some, I think it was zucchini. Green beans and zucchini. Here I have a pepper plant with some of my zinnias. Look at that. Here, this is a sugar baby watermelon. I don't know if it's gonna do anything, but we're just letting it live. Here, I thought these were Romas, but last year I planted Romas in this bed, but I didn't grow them from seed. I bought them from a nursery. And I thought these were volunteers from those plants, which I think they are, but the ones that I bought last year were probably hybrids, because those are definitely not Romas. But I'm letting them go because they look pretty healthy. Yeah, those are not Romas. So yeah, this is some sort of melon. I don't know, but it's doing its thing, so I'm letting it go. Here I have some peppers, and they're pretty big. Well, some are. Look at that. These are probably the biggest bell peppers I've grown. So I'm pretty happy about that. And I think that's a red bell pepper, but it's still not ripe. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. There it is. Oh, you guys can't see it. Sorry. So next year I'm gonna grow bell peppers in grow bags. This is a zinnia grow bag, and it's beautiful. Look at this one. That's beautiful. Beautiful pom-pom. And it looks like this is a Cosmo sunflower bed. Look at that huge sunflower. They have not sprouted yet, but my zinnias have. Look at that. Not zinnias, cosmos. And I don't know what type of plant this is. I don't think these are Cosmos, are they? And there might be just maybe a different variety because the foliage is different from this. So I don't know, but I'm liking it. And I love these zinnias. I don't know if these are the cactus, I'm not sure. Basil, that is looking pretty sad. I don't know why I didn't grow enough basil. I got oregano there. Green beans. And I gotta clean these. Oh, I think I got some jalapenos here. But this is kind of getting shaded by the bigger plants. And here I got a pepper, not sure what type of pepper. Oh, that's a carrot. I don't know what type of pepper this is. Got green beans here. And some other type of peppers here too. I got peppers all over the place. Here. And I think these are peppers too. I don't know what type, but they're peppers. And these are dwarf Cosmos. These tomatoes are just loving life. Look at that huge tomato. And these are firework tomatoes. But I don't know because they have ridges, but that's what the tag says. These are Romas. I gotta come and spray because I had blight. So we'll do that on Sunday or Saturday, I don't know. Probably Saturday. Here I got a squash. These are, I know them by Mexican squash, but I think they're called gray squash or gray zucchinis. Oh, I didn't realize these tomatoes. I don't know what type of tomatoes these are, but they're loving life. I know some have fallen over, but I didn't realize they were gonna get so big. So I don't know, I'm just gonna leave them like this because I don't want to break them. So yeah, this is or was a strawberry bed, but it got overrun by grass, but which I'm okay with because I don't. Last year I planted here strawberries. No, was it last year or 2 years ago? I don't know. Last year I planted strawberries here. Yeah, last year I planted strawberries, and I did not want to plant strawberries here, but I panicked because I didn't have any other beds made, because I was just making my garden last year, or making the beds and putting beds up, but I didn't want it here. But so what I'm gonna do at the end of the season, we're just gonna pull this out, which this bed gave me a lot of strawberries, but I don't want strawberries here. I'd rather plant produce. All right, I got these tomatoes. They're so big. These are probably one of the best tomatoes that I've grown. Probably the best year of tomatoes. Oh yeah, I gotta spray ASAP. Yeah, so but look at those. These are my tomatillos, and they've just exploded. They've just taken over this entire bed. I do have some tomatoes in here, which they don't mind being with the tomatillos, but this is getting heavy, and I should have put a third post here. Luckily it has not fallen, but we have some tomatoes there. Look at those. But I gotta come and spray because we still have a couple months more, and I want these to be as healthy as possible. And look at these beautiful zinnias. Look at how those flowers. So I'm gonna have tons and tons and tons of tomatillos. I probably will have lots that I probably won't need to plant tomatillos next year, because I want to make green salsa, and I want to make also the salsa verde for enchiladas. So, but look at these clusters of tomatoes. Wow. Like, guys, wow. And I think what made a difference was the trellising, because last year, we remember, I didn't have trellises. I did the sticks, the green sticks, which they do work, but you have to make sure that they are posted in the ground really well. And I'll show you when I get to the other part of the garden. These are my peppers. This year, I seem to do very good with peppers, but this year I didn't plant as much as I thought I did. So next year, we're gonna plant a lot more, and we're just gonna have pepper beds with pepper beds. I'm not gonna have them like this, because I feel like they're getting overrun by the tomatoes and the green beans. And I gotta actually come and harvest some green beans. Yeah, these are sweet bananas. Sweet bananas are always going to be in my garden. This is the first time I'm trying sweet bananas, and I have fallen in love with them. They are delicious. All right. So this is my Roma bed. It just has early blight, but we're going to come and spray it. The spray has been working. It's been slowing it down, but we have tons of tomatoes. Next year, I'm gonna have him in these, which I did, but like, I don't think I put that one in. It's not in securely. But in here, I do have 3, but I have tons of tomatoes in here. Okay, this tomato is just exploded, but I don't know what's wrong with this tomato. I don't know if it's gonna do well or not. So I'm keeping an eye on this. I'll pick that up later once I'm done with the tour. So here I am liking this bed. My first time growing zinnias, guys, and let me tell you, I am in love with these zinnias. Next year, we're gonna have beds like this with my 8x4s, and we have stupid Japanese beetles. I hate those. Hate them. Next year, we're gonna plant tomatoes where we had our garlic, which I'll show you where, and I'm gonna have zinnias in front of the bed, and it's just gonna be amazing. Look at these tomatoes. So here's where I say where you need to secure these if you're gonna use these, which they do work, and I'll show you because I have them. But here I guess I didn't secure them as I did as the other bed. So all these tomatoes are kind of everywhere. But look at these. Look at these. Like, this is a whole cluster of tomatoes. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to grow these again. I'm going to taste them. And I know they could be prolific, but just the conditions of this bed where I grew them, I think that's why they don't look the best. But I think those tomatoes will be good. And here, I don't know what type of tomato that is. I have the tags, but I can't find them. Everything has overgrown. This is a round zucchini in here, and this plant has produced so much for me, and it has more flowers, so I'm happy. It's just loving life. Okay, here is a patty pan squash, and this is the first time I've grown these, and these are always going to be in my garden. Let me tell you, they're amazing. Here I have sunflowers. Look at those. And they are blooming. I love the dark color ones. Those are probably my favorite. I don't know if you guys can see them or not. But look at that. Beautiful. And those are blooming. Here I got a potato. These soil in here in these beds are not the best soil, but we're gonna improve that. No worries. Here I got a butternut, and it's doing its thing, and I'm gonna leave it. Okay, so here next year is where we're gonna plant tomatoes. This is gonna be our tomato patch next year. Oh, excuse me. On Sunday, I'm gonna come and plant my carrots here. Here I have planted green beans. All this bed is green beans with some basil and some parsley and some cilantro. Here I have I planted squash in this bed, and here I have a pumpkin, which is loving life. And here's another pumpkin. I don't know what type, but it's a pumpkin. It's not loving life as that one, but it's going. I don't know what type of pumpkin this is, but it's loving. I have nothing here. I think I'm still debating whether I'm gonna have a fall garden. I don't know honestly, guys. So if we do, we're gonna use these two beds, but I still don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, so this is my husband's garden bed. He planted this. He wanted a garden bed. He's like, can I have a garden bed? And he just planted it, but I've done all the work. I've been taking care of it and watering it. But he has pumpkins. These are Black Cat. And I thought these were like a vining type, but again, it might be the conditions. I may be he overplanted, but it's okay. But we have 2 pumpkins there, and these might be the only ones that we get, but that's okay. And that is a summer squash. Okay, so here I have peppers. You know what I'm upset about? That I didn't plant enough jalapenos. And next year we're gonna plant 4 or 6 plants of jalapenos. And this is a thunderbolt, another large pepper. I think these are San Marzanos. These 2. I'm not very impressed with it. I don't know, maybe it's the condition of... Oh, my chicken scared me. I don't know if it's the condition of the soil, but this, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I'm gonna give them another try next year, and if we don't like it, then we won't plant it. I don't know what type of tomatoes this is. It says right there. Oh, tangerine cream. They're delicious. I've had one already. I'm gonna have those in my garden. But as you can see, it has not grown so much. I have another tangerine cream on the other side of my garden. I'll show you guys. And that one's doing amazing. Those are cherries. He planted mostly cherry tomatoes in his garden. Cherry tomatoes, I don't know why. That's what he wanted. I was not gonna... I was kind of saying no, but... Okay. So here... I've been watering this plant and it's wilting on me. And I don't know why. So, are we gonna pull this out? We probably are. That's okay. So this is I think this is an Italian, and I didn't notice that I had a squash here, but I did. Might be overripe, but that's okay. We're gonna do a big harvest on Sunday or Saturday. I don't know. This bed has, so these two beds have been struggling. Actually, yeah, these two beds, that one's doing okay. As you can see, it's very healthy, but these two beds have been struggling, and I think it's the soil. So we are going to fix the soil up. Okay, but even though this bed has been struggling and the tomatoes struggled, I don't know what happened, guys. I had to rip the tomatoes off of here. But the peppers, they are loving life. And look at these. These are thunderbolts. And thunderbolts are a sweet pepper, if I didn't mention that. And we are going to do a big harvest of peppers this season. Oh, and I don't know what happened here, but we got some casualties. But look at these. I think these are yellow monsters. Or yellow DeCorno. I don't think these are yellow DeCorno, because they're supposed to be long. And these are yellow monsters. But these peppers are just, oh my God. They're loving it. They are absolutely loving it. These are Melrose. Here I have a pumpkin. I'm gonna set this here. I'll get them later. These are Melrose. No, this is a pumpkin, not a Melrose pepper. And we have a pumpkin there. And we have more flowers. So I'm hoping, this is a blaze. And I'm hoping we get more pumpkins out of this. But look at these zinnias. They're beautiful. Oh, look at this. This is one of my favorites. I think these are called cactus. But yes. All right. Here I have a watermelon. And I don't know if it's doing anything, but we'll let it be. And I'm hoping we get more blaze pumpkins. I'm hoping that's not the only one. But again, the soil in this bed has just struggled. But we'll fix that. We'll fix that at the end of the season. Here is another pumpkin. I don't know what type. It's that warty thing. And I grew this last year and it was so pretty. So, cucumbers. Here, and we have a cucumber that we gotta harvest. Peppers. And peppers. And these are Black Beauty, I think, or chocolate. And my poblanos. I thought I had more poblano peppers. These are my dahlias, which I am loving. Tomatoes. These tomatoes got eaten by deer, so I don't know if I have any tomatoes in here. Oh, I guess I do. There's one in there. And some here. And some more dahlias. And some more tomatoes. I think this is a Brandywine yellow. Brandywine yellow. And this has not fruited yet. It does have flowers. And I keep thinking this is grass, but this is not grass. These are onions. And look at this giant pepper. And it's a poblano. And look at these. These are ready to harvest. Yep. And I think this is a Czar Marzano. I'm pretty sure it is. And I think the Czar Marzano is doing better than the one in that bed or this one of these beds. But look at those peppers. Look at that. Look at that pepper over there. That's big. Those are one of the biggest peppers I've grown. Look at that. Oh, I want to show you this side. Look at that pepper. That's huge. All right. Here's another pumpkin that probably did not get pollinated. All right. Here I have another pumpkin. I don't know if it's gonna do anything, to be honest, but these are dahlias. Chicken. I had to come and spray these. But look at that. That's beautiful. Oh, you can see the tomatoes better on this side. Yep. All right. Let's go to the other side of the garden. Hi, chicken. These two are my herb beds. I have cilantro and parsley here, and dill that has gone to seed, but I'm leaving it because the pollinators. This is an herb bed mess. I got lavender, rosemary, parsley, borage, sage, thyme, oregano, fennel. This is weeds, but I'm leaving it because it's a trap plant and it traps beetles, Japanese beetles. They love it, so they're leaving my other plants alone, and I'm happy for that. Look at those sunflowers. Here I got more patty pan squash that I gotta harvest. But again, we'll do a big harvest. And I think tomorrow I'll do it. And these have been so prolific, and I have 5 plants in here. Oh no, but we have bugs already. And these are lemon squash, which I'm not really, oh no. We got some eggs. I'm gonna just rip it off. Yeah, so I gotta come through and see if there's any eggs. I think those are squash, what are they called? Squash bug eggs. But these have been very prolific, and I'm gonna grow these again and again and again every year. The patty pan squash. Okay, this is my bell pepper bed. And guys, I don't think I've ever grown such good bell peppers in my life before. These are still small. I don't think I will harvest these anytime soon, but some are ready to harvest. Look at these. Oh my goodness. Can you guys see? Like, there's clusters of them. I'm hoping you guys could see. I don't know. But look. They are just... I don't think these are... Some are going to be ready. Good size. But some are still not quite ready. But these are nice size ones. Let's harvest this one. No, we're not gonna harvest it yet. But I am very happy with this. But I think next year we're gonna give them a little bit more space than I did this year. But I mean, they're loving it. I didn't think I grew bloat. It's not my favorite. And I don't know how I got in here. I thought I didn't plant any seed, but it's okay. But they are beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. These are some big peppers, guys. Big bell peppers. Okay, so this is my tomato row. So here, as you can see, I've been using these, and it's pretty sturdy because I used a hammer to hammer them in deep. So yes, they'll work. If you don't want the trellis system, they'll work. Look at all those tomatoes. And these are just amazing. Look at those peppers. I'm sorry, I'm just amazed by the peppers. But look at that. And I will have to spray these. They're just clusters of tomatoes. Beautiful. Look at that over there. Those might be ready. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I do have to spray because I'm seeing spots, and this fell, but that's okay. But look at those tomatoes. Aren't they beautiful? And there's some more growing here. Here I have some peppers. All of these are peppers. I got cayenne. I think these are red cherries. And I got a jalapeno. A sad looking jalapeno plant. But it's giving me fruit, so I'm happy. And these are, I can't remember, Mad Hatters. These are just taking forever to ripe. My tomatoes are just taking forever to ripe. And look, there's a bug bite there. I think these are Anaheim. Some more tomatoes. And they're just doing perfectly fine. These are tangerine. Here are more tomatoes that kind of fell over, but look at those. Here's a zucchini. I have harvested plenty of zucchini from this plant. Hopefully it continues to give me. All right. Here I have a squash plant. No, not a squash. This is a pumpkin. And peppers. Oh, these are peppers. Oh, these are peppers. And with some weeds. And look at those over there. Look at that one over there. Again, I planted a lot of these. I don't know why. But they're pretty. And look at this giant pepper right here. Cubanelli. Look at that. Serranos. Yeah, guys, that is the garden. Oh, and my berries. I'm just not gonna show you those. They're just strawberries. They're not doing much. But yes, that is the mid-July tour. Everything is coming along. It's growing beautifully. Oh, we're gonna do a harvest on tomorrow, Saturday. So yeah, tomatoes are just taking a little bit to ripen up, but I think because it's the heat. Oh, I forget that there's a hole there. But everything is coming along beautifully. I mean, I'm loving it. I am loving it. All right, thank you guys for watching. Bye.